my lovely nestlings, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to chat about palettes that make me happy. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm 46 from the Netherlands, hence the accent, and I love makeup. If you love makeup too, if you want to hear about brands that no one else is talking about, and if you just want to, you know, have plain old fun, then this is the channel for you. Subscribe now, become part of my nestlings, because we are having a blast here on the internet. Also, I am slightly orcish, which means green. So, yeah, that can be a thing. So, just subscribe and come join me in my freckle cave, and we will have a lot of fun together. Yes, the palettes that I have here, as far as I know, they are all still available, I think. And if I can link them, I will. I have not done videos with all, but I have done videos with most. This palette I've never used. It's sitting next to me for a reason, because when I see this, it's not like it immediately... I know, I have palettes here in the video that when I kind of feel down and I look at them, I look at the outside or maybe just the color story, that immediately lift my spirits. This palette is not specifically that, but it still makes me very, very happy. Every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, it just makes me happy to look at. It's from I Heart Revolution. It is the Snow White Gnome palette. I don't know, this scene, it just makes me happy. It just, the complete vibe. Sometimes I cannot even express why it makes me happy, but it just makes me happy. So yeah, let's then next go to Makeup Obsession, because it's kind of underneath the same umbrella. There's a palette that I have here from Makeup Obsession that I never use. I'm thinking of decluttering every time I do a declutter, but it always stays, because looking at it, it lifts my spirit. And it is the Sunshine Makes Me Happy. Maybe it's the title, maybe it's the color, I don't know, but it's this one. And it's one of those smaller palettes. The quality is nice. I never use this. If I want to do a yellow look, I grab other palettes, but still, this, it's usually where I store my palettes. It just lifts my mood. Yeah, it just makes me happy to look at. So the next palette that I'm going to mention is from Juvia's Place. And I don't have a lot of Juvia's Place palettes left, but this palette, it's just, I don't even know if it's still available. Maybe they've discontinued it, I have no idea. But this is a palette that not only the outside makes me happy, but also the inside. And it is the Try palette by Juvia's Place. It's just, yes, it's the color, it's that brighter, I don't know what kind of color this is. Is it a lime? I have no idea, maybe, I don't know. And then here is the inside. I hardly ever use it anymore, but this is just it. The reason that it's constantly staying is because it just makes me happy. So yeah. When I did my new makeup releases video, which I do on my channel every Friday, when I saw this palette being shown, I was like, I need that palette. This is just... Let me just show you. It's from Too Faced. Yes, I know. And it's the Made Your Love palette. Yes, I know. Bear with me. So this is what she looks like. This is what she looks like. I got her from my soul sister Debbie for my birthday, and this is the inside. I actually asked if she could find it for me, because I really wanted to have this palette. I used it once and I really did like the look that I came up with, but it's just... Let me explain. Can you see what the palette is doing to me? I used to be in the Navy, way back when. I used to be in the Navy, and there I met my husband. And my husband was a Marine. So, and if you don't know, Dutch Marines have American Marine suits. No, the camo that we have, that the Dutch have, it's the same camo that the Americans have. With the, not the smudges, but the blobs. Let's call it blobs, because it's just a little bit more rounded. So when I saw this, and then I just needed this palette. It was so extremely cheesy that I just needed it. When I showed it to my husband, he was like, oh my lord, it's kind of terrible. And I said, yes, and I still want it. And he said, I understand. So yeah, what can I say? Okay, again, can you see what it's doing to me? And that is why I wanted to make this video, because makeup can do so much. Makeup can make you feel inspired. It can make you feel confident. It can make you feel pretty or ugly or whatever. Old, young, and everything in between. But it can also do this. It can just make you happy. It can just make you feel so much better. And I'm not even using this. And this, you can literally see what it's doing to me. That is one of the reasons that I love makeup so much. So yeah, the next palette that I'm going to mention, is the only one that I have from the brand. Yeah. The next palette that I'm going to mention is a palette that the inside really makes me happy. And I also don't use this one a lot, and I have thought about decluttering it actually quite often, but every time I open this palette up, it just does something to me. And it's from BH Cosmetics. It's the Sweet Shop Orange Sorbet. It's the only Sweet Shop palette that I have left. But it's not even this part, but it's the color story. The color story just makes me extremely happy. Now, I do have a love-hate relationship with shades like especially this one, because on my eyes they can kind of crackle, or it looks like they crackle. They don't, but it kind of looks like it. But I still love, what can I say? I love orange. What can I say? Even though I'm a greenie, I love orange. You can see that, right? So yeah, that's why it is making me very, very happy to look at. Okay, the next palette that I have here, I have more palettes from this brand, and actually all the palettes that I have from this brand make me happy. But this particular palette, it makes me the happiest to look at, basically. And that is the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. Now I have a bunch of their palettes left. I also have the Angelica collab, which makes me happy as well. But it's just, this palette does something extra when I look at it, and it is just the way that they have done the outside. I'm sorry for the glare, but the way that I have done this outside, it makes me wish I was there, you know. And then the fact that you can open it up, the color story, the combination that I have done, their palettes always make me happy to use. I also have the new collection, and the quality on those, it makes me very, very happy to use. But it is not that instant, almost instant gratification that when I look at that palette, I'm kind of feeling down a little bit, and when I look at that palette, this instantly lifts my spirits. And that's the point of the video today, and that is what the Flower Punk palette does for me. And then I'm going to go to let's go to Colourpop, because for Colourpop I have a few palettes as well. Now I have, actually most of my Colourpop palettes are next to me, because they all have something. The ones that I have bought all have something that do something extra for me. And the palettes that I have here are no exception. So let's start with a palette that I have been thinking about decluttering for so often. But this is one that I just cannot get rid of it. So basically the palettes that I have left from Colourpop are the ones that are going to stay in my collection until they grow fuzzy hairs or something. But it's the Sweet Talk palette. This palette, when we are having, I don't know, a very, very shitty, wet winter day, this palette just makes me believe that we will have better days or something. It's dramatic, I know, but I can. Yeah, the Sweet Talk palette, and then especially my vamped up version. So here she is. And the reason that it is making me extra happy, it's because of the combination between, what is this? Is this a chartreuse? I think so. I think it's a chartreuse, right? And then the peachiness, and then, you know, the yellowy, this complete color story makes me very, very happy. The downside is with this palette, and that is the reason that I'm thinking about decluttering it constantly, is because the shade Mary Jane, it is yellow on me. Being an olive, especially a warm olive, my face eats this up, so that's very sad. So while I really do love this color story, I don't really use it that often, because the look that I want to do with this is a look that I cannot do with this, because this shade doesn't function for that. So I pull in another palette to help with that, but it makes me just very, very happy to look at it. And it's one of the palettes that also got this video started. The next ones I have from Colourpop, it's actually a collection. And the Sweet Talk palette it makes me the happiest, color story wise. The next palettes that I'm going to show you make me happy just because they give me a good vibe. I don't know, it's just, there's just something, it's almost innocent happiness that these palettes give me. And it's the Bambi collection. And these are the palettes. They just make me feel... I don't know, there's just something about this, and I really cannot explain why they make me feel happy or how they kind of make me feel, but they just make me feel calm and content and happy and almost full of possibilities. Yes, it sounds very dramatic, I am well aware, but it is what it is, apparently. So yeah, and again, all the other palettes that I have from Colourpop make me happy as well. I also have the Hocus Pocus here. I have the Wannabe palette. But these are just the ones that jump out a little bit more happiness-wise. The next palette that I'm going to mention, it's from an indie brand. And unfortunately, we don't hear a lot about this brand right now. I hope that they will kind of come back at least, and it is from Max Up the Makeup, and it's the Flower Child palette. And this, it's almost kind of the same vibe as I get with the Bambi collection. There's just something about this that's chill and relaxed, free spirit. It's just not the giddiness that the Major Love gives me, but it's just, I don't know, I'm sitting in the park with my friends on a sunny day and we are having fun, or we are having a glass of wine, or we are drumming, you know, that kind of chillness, you know, that's what this palette is giving me. And then this is the color story. The quality is amazing, and it's just such a fun, it's such a fun color story. So I'll definitely link down below where you can find it. I hope you can still find it, but yeah, this is just another one that really makes me happy. I am going to end with the palette that started this video. The palette that I have on my eyes. Let me just show you. It is a palette that I got in PR. It's from Nomad Cosmetics, and it is their Paradise Islands palette. And this is what the front looks like. This just gives me... I want to be here. You know, there's just a certain... Again, a certain chill, relaxation, but also excitement and... holiday, nice weather, sunshine and ocean, and I'm very much a sea/ocean child, so it makes me want to go there, it makes me want to dive, it makes me want to walk there, you know, it's just, it really makes me happy. It inspires me and it makes me happy. And then I'm going to show you the color story. This is the color story. I'm going to hold it here so you can see the color story a little bit better, because if I hold it up close, the lights kind of wash it out a little bit. But this color story makes me extremely happy. It's a combination of pastels, some brighter shades. The look that I have today, it's actually largely this row that I played with, but it's just so inspiring. And I love all the palettes that I have from Nomad, but this one, it's just... I don't know, it just does something extra with me, especially now. I don't know if it is different a few months from now, but right now this palette makes me extremely happy. It really, I want to keep on playing with this. And I have done an eye swatch video and I have done a multiple looks video, which I will link. If I have room, I will link as many videos as I can. But yeah, this just... it just makes me extremely happy, this palette. So... yeah, that was it. That was the palettes in my collection that not only make me happy, but they make me extra happy. Yeah, let me know some of the palettes that you have in your collection that just make you feel extremely happy. That when you're feeling a little bit down and you open them up or you see them, you instantly feel better, or you just want to use them when you're a little bit down, or I don't know, they just make you giddy, like I have with the Major Love palette, which is silly, but it is the way that it is. So yeah guys, that was it. I will leave down below where you can find the palettes, and then that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.